What it is, what it is, stupid, and today we are here with a last drafted player video. But today we're doing it different. We're doing it just like the last video I just recently did, with more in-depth takes. If you're new here, subscribe, join the Google gang. We're on our way to 1K subscribers. Y'all been running that last video up, so I know y'all gonna go crazy with this one. Without further ado, let's get into the video. So today's victim is KJ Jefferson. He's coming out of Arkansas. Wow, this is the second video with a player coming out of Arkansas. But yeah, KJ Jefferson, this is the last drafted player. He was picked in the 7th round, 13th pick. And yeah, he's coming out of Arkansas. 23 years old, so he's already up there in age. But to make him not become he's free agent or just bouncing around in the league, we're going to do something to give him a little push. Just like we did with Trayvon Brazil. So since I didn't want to give him any overall boosting because I want his overall to go up as normal, just like everybody else, I'm going to give him superstar dev trait and let it flow from on then. Now this player is coming out of the 2024 NFL draft that includes Marvin Harris Jr., Caleb Williams, and Jatavion Sanders. Okay, the Browns are 5-2, and KJ Jefferson would end up sitting out the whole entire season, having to be a backup behind Deshaun Watson for the Cleveland Browns. Now he would pass for 8 yards and 1 completion and 1 attempt on 100% completion. But a 12-5 record would be enough for Deshaun Watson and the Cleveland Browns to get into the playoffs. All right, and we would have the Las Vegas Raiders down 11-17 up against the Browns. Last play of the drive. It is the last play of the drive as they would fall short and get a safety in their own end zone. And as rookie Jaden Daniels would get sacked in the end zone in his Las Vegas Raiders debut in the playoffs. That would send the Las Vegas Raiders home and the Cleveland Browns onto the next round. Alright fellas, as I'm sure you are all aware, the forecast is calling for blizzard-like conditions out there this week. So expect that. So expect for less than ideal conditions. But yeah, it looks like the Browns are headed into snow. And as the Cleveland Browns will head on to the next round, they will have to face off against Tyreek Hill and Tua to see if they could advance to the AFC conference to go to the Super Bowl. And it looks like the Miami Dolphins would prove to be too much as they would easily get past. Well, not easily. It was 13 points. And it looks like the Miami Dolphins would glide past the Cleveland Browns and ending off the Cleveland Browns season. And surprisingly, the Offensive Rookie of the Year award would go to Jaden Daniels, even after his underperformance in the loss against the Cleveland Browns. And Caleb Williams would not win the Offensive Rookie of the Year for the NFC, as he would only come in 3rd place. And in his second year, KJ Jefferson would drop down to a normal dev trait. But in his second season, the Cleveland Browns would not make the playoffs, as they would finish the season 7-10 and would miss the spotlight in the wild card and in the rest of the playoffs. In this season, KJ Jefferson would throw for 2 attempts but wouldn't complete any passes and would still be coming off the bench for Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson would throw for 3,000 yards, 16 TDs, and 10 interceptions. And as Deshaun Watson would continue to age, as he would enter the age of 30, and he would be considered an OG or Unc.
Nothing wrong with it.
Okay, here's my thing. When I'm 30, how old are you gonna be?
I'll be 33. I'll be 37. Damn!
And in his 3rd season, the Cleveland Browns would end off with a worse record than the year before. They would end the season 5-12 and not see the playoffs again. KJ Jefferson would see no stats again for the entire season and would still be a backup player behind Deshaun Watson. And as Deshaun Watson would join the Tennessee Titans as a backup and would join the reigns of Jatavion Sanders, that would leave KJ Jefferson an open spot as a starter for the Cleveland Browns. Now, the question becomes, can KJ Jefferson carry the Cleveland Browns to a championship? But sadly, KJ Jefferson just wouldn't have enough juice to get the Cleveland Browns to playoffs, as they would finish the season 8-9. KJ Jefferson would finish off with a strong season as he would throw for 3,069 yards, 19 TDs, 7 interceptions, 59% completion, and 89.8 passer rating. KJ Jefferson would unfortunately get released by the Cleveland Browns and would find himself in some new threads in the Big Apple as he would head to New York with Caleb Williams and have to be a bench player once again. And Caleb Williams would lead the Giants to a 13-4 record. And the Giants would get the dub in the end, 27-30. But it wouldn't be enough, as they would end up losing 20-13 and would not make it to the Super Bowl. Alright, and since KJ Jefferson only got signed on a 1-year deal worth $1.83 million, he would see that his contract will be coming to an end, and he will be headed into free agency again to see what team would end up picking up on his new contract. Alright, so we got a couple of free agents. We got Josh Allen, Mac Jones, Kenny Pickett, Kyler Murray. And after the week 3, KJ Jefferson will see no offers and will remain a free agent. And yet again, KJ Jefferson could not get onto a team. So that'll probably end the video right there. I'm hoping this video isn't too short. His career didn't really pan out how I thought it would have. But I mean, he is an undrafted player. I'm not saying undrafted. He is a last drafted player, so it kind of makes sense, but then it don't, because it's like you had to start and roll and they just ended up dropping like a hot potato, my nigga, so it's kind of tough. But I'm going to be doing these for now on Madden when it comes to any drafted player. So y'all go ahead, suggest in the comments, who do you want to see next and who do you want to see me do a career sim on. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Join the Ghoul Gang. Get us to 1K subscribers. We on our way. And I'll see you next time. Peace.
Hey, where my perk at? All they do shit, my brother, I miss him. Think about this shit, I get in my feelings. I think about this shit, niggas start tripping. Think about this shit, my brother, I spent for. Lonely brain was put in the middle. Fly as a bitch, he was putting that shit on. Bitch ass off, she was putting that stick on.